Quarterback of the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target. Her third. From left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down.
watch who he's going to set. He's going to go for it. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Week 2 continues here in the CFSL as the Toledo Rockets travel to the plains of Auburn, Alabama as they take on the Auburn Tigers. I'm Benny Mixon. Joining me in the booth is my partner, Matt Hatchell. Both of these teams came away with a victory last week. Matt, what do you see as a key in this game?
Vinny, I think the key tonight is going to rely on the offense. Both offenses really clicked last week. Toledo coming in and pulling the upset on the road last week as the MAC team, but they're in for a tougher test tonight. I think whichever offense can get clicking quicker stands the best chance at winning.
As Toledo is going to get set here with the ball first. As Jordan-Hare Stadium, the site for this one, opened back in 1939. As this one's going to be a handoff here going to Kretzer up the middle. He's going to be able to pick up 4 on first down.
My one key tonight for Toledo, Vinny, is going to be not relying so much on Staylor's stage. The tight end, 8 receptions last week for 119 yards. I need to see AUBURN spread the ball out a little bit more tonight.
As they're going to have a 2nd and 6 here. He's going to work out of the pistol as AUBURN can't find nowhere to go. Tries to escape the pass rush. Cannot do it. Goes down for a sack.
Yeah, and that was the issue for AUBURN last week as well. Technically 10 carries on the game for only 24 yards with a fumble as well. And a great job by Raven Remington just fighting through those O-lines there and bringing them down for the tackle. Wonderful job there by the defensive lineman, the senior, playing his final season here in the CFSL.
Remington last week had 1 sack and 1 tackle for loss. Looking to add on to that as he was a force in that backfield. As Toledo's going to set up here with a 3rd and 9 with a 2x2 set out of the pistol. AUBURN's going to fire this one downfield. He's got a receiver. That's going to be Amiri Hashimoto going for 32 yards and a Toledo first down.
Great job by Hashimoto. That's just blown coverage right there, Vinny. Nobody dropping back to guard Hashimoto. The safeties don't collapse. Vincent Brown, the middle linebackers, lined up on him, but unfortunately, AUBURN slightly overthrows, so Hashimoto has to lay out for it. Otherwise, that could have been 6.
As working under center is AUBURN on this one. He's going to go halfback draw, and Kretzer's going to try and find his way, but he's still going to end up losing 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, and Kretzer last week, 19 carries for 94 yards with their longest being 24. So he did a good job of just chewing up a lot of yardage there as the game went on, did Kretzer. So Auburn needs to keep him in check early.
Fedu Apatu, the one making the stop on that play for Auburn, as this one's going to be wide receiver screen, fired quickly and broken up by J.J. Smoke. Could have been a pick six on that play.
And that's a dangerous pass by Auburn. You can't make that type of throw with Smoke in the air, and we know what he is about. You got to be more careful.
3rd and 12 for this Toledo Rockets team. Had a 3rd and 9 on the last one, able to pick it up. Looking to set up halfback screen on this one. Has a couple blocks downfield, able to break one tackle, not able to avoid the rest, as it'll be 4th down coming up.
Great job by the Auburn defense shutting down Kretzer on that screen. Looked like he might have had a hole for a second, but in the end, able to stop him. And Toledo, unfortunately, has spun the ball away.
Punting from the Auburn 45 will be Toledo, as this ball is gonna go out the back of the end zone as Auburn's offense is set to take the field for the first time.
In Auburn, ideally, they don't change anything about their game plan coming into tonight, Vinny. Last week, Baker Thomas, 385 yards through the air, 76 on the ground. Storm Odie, his halfback, 180 yards on the ground. Nate Hayes, the receiver, 113 through the air. This team did it all last week.
As they're going to go play fake on this one. Baker Thomas going to try and take to the air. Has a receiver along the left sideline. That's going to be Bastille LaRue going for 14 yards.
And that right there is what Toledo can't have happen, and that is give Baker Thomas time. You have to get back there and force him to make a mistake. Get back there and force pressure on him.
LaRue had 82 yards on the touchdown last week. As that one is almost intercepted by Gav Hudson.
Gav Hudson, unfortunately, couldn't bring that down. Had a chance, though, but will only get the deflection.
Both teams coming up with early interception opportunities, not able to capitalize on them. This is going to be 2nd and 10. They go halfback draw on this one, and Odie's going to be able to pick up 3 yards.
Yeah, I'd like the decision by Auburn, but I like the execution of the defense better by Toledo. He did a great job, able to just collapse there on Odie, not allow him to get anything going.
Auburn looking to go with a 2-by-2 set on this one, as Thomas is going to fire this one across the middle. Has a receiver wide open. That's going to be Zach Bennett going for 39 yards, picking up a big first down for Auburn.
Yeah, and Zach Bennett, the freshman wideout from Georgetown, Kentucky, able to just get open there, simply put. Great job by Toledo to collapse onto him, though. Angelo Perez can get credit with the tackle, but not before Bennett can pick up the huge first down.
1st and 10 upcoming from the Toledo 24-yard line after that huge play there by the Tigers, as they're going to give this one to Storm Odie, looking to counter it, going to the left side. He's able to get a first down and a couple extra yards, as he'll get 12 on that play.
Great run there by Odie. Beautiful little cutback open into the open field there and just keeps the feet moving to pick up the first down.
The counter was a very effective play for Auburn last week. Odie able to pick up a ton of yards, had 180 and 2 touchdowns last week, as they go right back to him up the middle, going for 6 yards, getting it down inside the 5.
Yeah, great job, Odie. And this is what they need to do, I think. Go to Storm Odie, let him wear down this defense, and that's going to free up these receivers late.
You're going to have 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen as they look to go 11 personnel. Handoff going to Odie, going to the right side. Excuse me, that's Linwood Falk with the carry. Doesn't gain a single yard on the play.
Yeah, the freshman Falk getting his first handoff, or his first attempt of his career down. Couldn't get anything going there. Great job by the Toledo defensive line, excuse me.
As Baker Thomas is going to try and fire this one to the right side of the field. Has a receiver, Nate Hayes. He's only able to get 2 yards, and that's going to be a 4th and 2 upcoming.
Wonderful job there by the Toledo defense. Unfortunately, Thomas floats that ball ever so slightly, so it gets to Hayes right as he's getting hit. Luckily, Hayes able to hold on to it as Auburn going to put up the field goal, and they do take the 3-0 lead.
As Auburn cracks first here in this one. 3-0 Auburn with 5:22 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, but I got to give credit to that Toledo defense there, Vinny. I mean, again, we talked about the numbers this Auburn team put up last week, and Toledo to come out after giving up a couple big plays, able to come together and only hold them to 3. You got to tip your cap to that defense. Now, I got to see how this Auburn defense themselves comes back and answers, Vinny, because we saw Toledo start to click a little bit last drive. You can't let this team get going. You got to get back there. You got to get back to McCade Alder and really get in his head.
Able to move the ball downfield, got across midfield, stalled out a little bit afterwards as Albert is going to work from under center. Doesn't like what he sees, tries to take off with it, and is going to slide down smartly after a 3-yard gain.
But that's what I'm talking about right there, Vinny. Auburn was trying to set his feet, but the pressure got too much for him. Had to tuck it and run and only able to get 3. Auburn needs to keep bringing that pressure. They're running a 3-4. They expect to see some safeties coming in on a blitz like we see here.
Just as you said it, the DBs come up as Auburn is going to fire this one to the sidelines. As a receiver, that's going to be Ellis Buddy with a 14-yard catch.
But that is the risk you run when you bring in a DB on a blitz. You have to force your guys to play either deep zone like we see there or man-to-man. Buddy gets open there for the first down.
So once again, you see 5 men on the line of scrimmage for Auburn. They're only going to rush 4. Albert fires this one across the middle, going to his freshman receiver, Gavin Lucier, for a 7-yard catch.
Yeah, but that is the one benefit to running a 3-4. I don't think a lot of teams realize, Vinny, is you can set up both your outside linebackers, then on the line to show blitz, and only send one of them try to catch Toledo guessing.
As 2nd and 3 upcoming here for Toledo. This one's going to be fired to the flats. He's got Amiri Hashimoto, but that's going to go for a gain of 0.
Yeah, look like the ball's kind of slipped out of Auburn's hand. I mean, a very short pass, but Hashimoto makes the decision to come back for it. It looks a little low, a little wobbly, so he can't cut it upfield like he wanted. It took the big hit. Auburn with a great chance to stall him out here on 3rd down.
1 of 2 on 3rd downs is Toledo. 3rd and 3 upcoming. They are right at midfield as they're going to rock this from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen on this one. Albert has time. He's going to take a shot downfield, and that's going to be knocked down. Gavin Lucier was his intended receiver.
Yeah, and we do have an update for you guys coming out of Tallahassee over on Twitch. The Seminoles taking a quick 7-0 lead on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Just under 5:30 left in the first quarter over there.
As this punt is going to be angled towards the sideline, fielded at the 10, and it's going to be brought out to the 26-yard line, and that's where this Auburn Tigers offense will get started for their 2nd drive.
Yeah, and if I'm Auburn here, Vinny, I think my goal is to get the passing game going a little bit more. We've seen Storm Odie really succeed last drive. Let's try to get some of those receivers incorporated.
As Baker Thomas is going to fire this one across the middle, has the receiver. That's going to be Nate Hayes going for 25 yards on the play.
Yeah, especially if they're going to give you that open field right there like we see right across the middle. You got to take advantage of that for Thomas. Hayes just makes a great cut there to lose his man just enough to get open. Beautiful throw there from the quarterback.
Absolutely take advantage of what the defense gives you. The middle was left wide open on man coverage on that play. Nate Hayes does a great job getting open for his quarterback, and they're up across midfield once again as they go play fake, and they're taking a shot downfield on this one. They got a receiver wide open on them. That's going to be a St. Louis 48-yard touchdown.
And I said it, they need to come back with a touchdown, and we see it right there, or at the very least with that passing game. Great job by St. Louis, just gets open and is able to take it in for the score. Auburn with the quick points on the board as well, making it a very quick 10-0 game.
As you said it, 10-0 ball game. Auburn strikes quick on that drive. And if you're Toledo, you got to start to worry about the defense hasn't been able to stop this Auburn offense much. Your offense has had some success, haven't been able to continue drives.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry right now if I am Toledo. You know what your offense can do against P2 defenses. You saw it last week. So I'm not that worried. If anything, I just have to go in and tell Auburn to just settle down a little bit. Seems to be a little jumpy tonight for some reason. We saw the wobbly pass to Hashimoto last drive. We saw some missed passes earlier. The first pass of the game to Hashimoto even was a little overthrown. So just tell him to settle in. We got plenty of game left.
They're going to get to work here at their own 32-yard line. They're going to go handoff to Kretzer on this one. Able to shed 1 tackle before a gang of Tigers gets there, and it's going to be a 4-yard gain for Kretzer.
Yeah, good pickup there by Kretzer. I think that's going to be key is to get Kretzer involved a bit more, because if Auburn's able to just constantly send blitzes on Auburn and you can't make them pay, that's going to be a bad news for your offense.
As Auburn doesn't like what he sees after the snap, tries to take off with it, does gain 2 yards, and 3rd and 4 is going to be upcoming.
That's going to be Joshua Bolton, the junior left end on the tackle there. My one issue with that play, Vinny, Auburn seemed to decide from the start that he was going to tuck in and run, gave his offense really no time to get open.
3rd and 4 here for Auburn. Hasn't completed their last 2 third downs as the pressure is going to get to him. He has nowhere to go, and he's going to go down for a 6-yard sack on the play.
Yeah, Malachi Callaway gonna get credit for the sack there. Had 1 sack all last week. Gets his 2nd sack of the season there. Great job by Auburn, just sending the pressure. And again, Vinny, they're doing it. They're lining up with that 3-man defensive line, but setting up both linebackers. really having to make them guess. So they're doing a great job keeping them on their toes, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from the defense right now.
As this Auburn offense gonna get relatively good field position, as this one's gonna be brought back to the 45-yard line, and they were able to get a quick touchdown on the last drive. See what Baker Thomas and crew can do on this one.
I think, again, if you're Toledo, you have to do what Auburn's doing, and that's get pressure back there on the quarterback.
As Auburn's going to work out the shotgun, they're going to hand this one off to Odie going to the right side. Only picks up 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, I got to tip my hat to the defense there. I believe that's Devontae Jackson going to get credit with the tackle. Toledo's defense sees right away what that play call is able to stop it for only a gain of 2.
2nd and 8 coming up here for Auburn as they go halfback draw on this one. Odie's going to spin his way, pick up 3 yards, and make this a 3rd and 5.
Great pickup there by Odie, able to just keep fighting, keep the drive alive, making this a much more manageable 3rd down.
As they're going to look to go 2 receivers, top of your screen. They're going to go 11 personnel with the 1 tight end as they look to set up the halfback screen on this one. Has blocks, able to pick up the 1st down as Odie shed a couple tackles. He'll get 8 on that play.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's just what you can't have happen if you're Toledo. 3rd and 5, that's a great time to stop it on the screen, and you just can't shut them down. That's going to be the killer tonight if this keeps up.
As Auburn once again in the shotgun, going to hand it off to Odie. He cuts it back to the middle and picks up 9 with a beautiful cut move.
Absolutely. As I did want to go ahead and thank everybody for joining us tonight. Beat it down, beat. Glad to see you in chat. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. The 2nd game of our great doubleheader tonight on YouTube.
Baker Thomas going to look to set up wide receiver screen on that one. Has the block, able to pick up a 1st down and more. Is Bastille LaRue going for 11 on that play?
Yeah, beautiful play there by LaRue. Able to get that block, really frees him off. Cuts it inside, smart decision. A lot of times you'll see him cut outside. Cuts it back inside for the huge pickup there.
Auburn going to send a man in motion on this one as Baker Thomas keeps it on the read option. Fighting with the defender on that play, able to pick up 8 yards.
Yeah, Thomas, again, not the most agile quarterback we have here in the CFSL, but not afraid to put it on the ground when he needs to. Again, 11 carries last week for 76 yards.
As we're down to 20 seconds here in the 1st quarter, this one's going to be another read option. Baker Thomas keeps this. He's going to take a shot, but does pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, Thomas able to hold on to it there, picking up the 1st, and this is really where Auburn's thriving right now. They are doing a great job early at wearing down this Toledo defense.
As time winding down here in the 1st, most likely the last play in the 1st quarter, as Baker Thomas is going to keep it once again on the read option, and he doesn't have much to go, only able to pick up 1. As that play right there will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Auburn leads this one 10-0. Stay tuned. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. As we are set to go with the 2nd quarter action here, Auburn has a goal-to-go situation. It's 2nd down for them from the 8-yard line, as this one's going to be a QB keeper once again, and Baker Thomas finds a lane and sneaks into the touchdown.
And that's just a great decision by Thomas. Holds on to it. When you do that as a quarterback, Vinny, you allow your halfback, Odie, to then turn into a blocker like we saw there for him, really just giving him an extra blocker downfield. Awesome job by the Auburn offense on that drive. Really, like I said, they're starting to wear down this Toledo defense.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Odie on that play. Does a great job noticing the quarterback kept it and finds a way to get in front and block for him, as Auburn is now up 17-0 on this Toledo team. As this one's going to be returned up to about the 30-yard line, and that's where McCade Albert and crew are going to take over. They've had some drives going, but haven't been able to finish it, and that's going to be a big key going on in this game, as they're going to work out the shotgun on this one. Trips to the bottom. Albert's going to fire this one across the middle. Holding on to the catch is going to be Ellis Buddy.
Yeah, credit to Buddy, able to hold on to it there. That's a big pickup that Toledo needs to hopefully get their offense going again.
As 2nd and 5 upcoming, they're going to go trips once more, as McCade Albert has the receiver across the middle but cannot accurately get the ball to him.
Yeah, that's got to be disheartening if you're Auburn now. Now you're at 3rd and 5 again. We know Auburn can convert here. Can Toledo, though?
1 of 4 so far has been Toledo in this one, as they're going to send Sailor Sage in motion, leave her in the block. As McCade Albert does fire this pass for a first down, Ellis Buddy is going to be the recipient of that one.
And that's a huge pickup there for Toledo, able to get a little bit of momentum back and give their defense some time to breathe as well.
A huge first down right there for Toledo, but they got to continue drives. Haven't been able to do that, as Auburn's going to look to bring some heat. McCade Albert fumbles the ball, but Toledo is able to get back on top of it.
Yeah, lucky for Toledo, they're able to fall on top of it, as I believe, are they going to give the credit to Raven Remington? Yes, with the great hit. Great job by the senior there.
Senior getting his first sack in this game, had one last week as well. Looking to have a great senior season for him. Gets the sack and the forced fumble on that play. That backs Toledo up. Now they have a 2nd and 18 upcoming, as they're going to look to rock this one out of 12 personnel, as McCade Albert is going to fire to the sidelines on this one. Only able to pick up 4 is Gavin Lucier.
And I think that was Auburn simply just trying to make sure they could get a couple yards, making it a tiny bit manageable for now 3rd and 15.
Able to get their last 3rd down conversion. They're going to go 2 receivers to the top of your screen, but they go halfback draw on this play, and that's only going to pick up 2 yards, and it's going to bring up 4th and 13.
Yeah, Kretzer just couldn't get anything going. Ryder Mears with his 5th tackle of the game already. Auburn doing a great job of just not letting the Toledo offense get anything going.
Absolutely. As soon as they get a little momentum going for them, it seems like Auburn's defense is right there to shut them right back down. As once again, Auburn's offense is going to take the field here at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see, does Auburn just keep riding this wave of momentum, or do they keep it on the ground? I wouldn't be surprised if they can take a deep shot.
As they're going to work out the shotgun on this one, sending a receiver in motion. They're going to have 2 running backs in the backfield, handing this off to Storm Odie up the middle, able to pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, good pickup there by Odie. It looks like they're going to keep it going with the run game. And I love that decision by Auburn, because if you wear this defense out now, that's just going to free you up as the game goes on.
And once again, they have a fullback in the backfield. They're going to go jet sweep on this play, pushing it to the edge, able to pick up 4 yards and bring us to a 3rd and 2 as Bastille LaRue.
Yeah, as we do have another update from Tallahassee for you guys. Florida State able to put a field goal through the uprights. The Seminoles taking a 10-0 lead on Ohio State, just getting started in the 2nd quarter.
Baker Thomas is going to fire this one along the sidelines, has a wide open receiver, and that's going to be able to pick up a first down in Stone Williams.
Yeah, and Williams able to keep the drive alive, keep the ball moving. Thomas, 161 yards already tonight.
This one's going to be a quarterback keeper for Baker Thomas. Has a lane, able to pick up extra yards before taking a hit, but does get deep into Toledo territory.
Yeah, and Vinny, to me, it is looking like Toledo really came out expecting the deep ball tonight so far, and Auburn has answered quite well by keeping it on the ground and going with short passes and letting the receivers get the extra yardage after the catch. Toledo's playing a little too passive for my liking, playing a little too far back.
As you can see, Toledo looking to load the box a little bit here on this one as they will hand off to the outside. Storm Odie has the edge, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone, but he's going to have it for a 28-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Odie just simply takes it to the edge, cuts upfield, and it becomes a foot race that he wins. Beautiful play call by Auburn, and again, the blocking sets up Odie. Nobody able to get out to him, and that is just a quick man out there, and he is hard to catch when he gets to the open field.
Auburn now brings us to a 20-0 ball game here with 6:15 left to play in the first half as Auburn is set for this kickoff. It's underway, and this one's going to go a couple yards into the end zone, but it's going to be returned by Hashimoto as he gets up to about the 23-yard line, and that's where McCade Albert and crew will take over.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach for Toledo, Vinny, I'm telling my quarterback, hey, we need you right now. You can't tie this game. You can't tie this game, but you can lose it for us right now. So settle down. Let's get some momentum going.
As this one's going to be a quick pass going across the middle, but not able to hold on to it. And it's going to be a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
And an update again from Tallahassee for you guys. Wyatt Scott, the tight end for Ohio State, bringing in a touchdown. The Buckeyes down 10-7 now. 7 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter.
Auburn looking to bring pressure, but McCade Albert's able to find a receiver. That's going to be Sailor Sage getting her first catch in this one, going for 23 yards.
And Vinny, I know I said at the start of this broadcast that maybe Toledo shouldn't rely on Sage as much as they did last week, but I think right now you might have to. First reception for Sage, went a full quarter without bringing one in. Got to get her involved a little bit sooner, though.
Sage, 8 catches, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns, was a focal point of the offense. Surprising to see her first catch come here in the second quarter, as Albert's going to fire this one over to Lucier for a 4-yard catch.
And credit to Lucier as well. Yeah, Lucier, remember, this is his debut. You know, joined the team earlier this week. So doing a great job establishing himself early for this Toledo offense.
As Albert's going to look to fire. The pressure's getting there, tries to escape out of there, has nowhere to go, and he'll go down for a 3-yard sack.
Yeah, great job, Ryder Mears, able to get back there. The middle linebackers been absolute force early this season. 12 tackles last week, 3 for loss. Already 6 tackles of the game for Mears as well. You gotta make sure somebody is blocking 55 if you see him out there. So he's doing a great job, really commanding that defense from the middle.
Filled up the stat sheet last week. Only 0 he had was in the sack column. Definitely changing that today, as it's going to be a 3rd and 9 upcoming. So they look to go halfback screen. Kretzer is going to take a shot there, and it's going to be 4th and 6 upcoming.
And that's Bryce Strong, the strong safety. Normally you see those strong safeties be the bigger hitters between the two, and we see it there. Strong, huge hit on Kretzer, stops him short, and Toledo once again having to punt the ball away. We have a coffin corner there, though.
And look, it went out of bounds. The question is, where did it go out of bounds at? As you can see right there, Baker Thomas having 200 yards here in the first half, as it does go inside the 20 for the Brands moment, as they're going to look to run out of 11 personnel on this one. This one's going to Odie, and he's going to drag a defender, able to pick up 6 yards on that play.
Yeah, and Auburn seems very content with just chewing clock right now because, again, I've said it multiple times this broadcast already, Vinny, but their goal seems to be just beat down this Toledo defense, wear them out.
Auburn knew what they wanted to do when they came into this one, and they are doing exactly that, as Odie picks up 4, but it will be inches coming up here on 3rd down.
Yeah, Odie already at 77 rushing yards tonight. Auburn 3 for 4 on 3rd down. Not a ton tonight, but they've been very good when the time comes.
As Baker Thomas is going to take this one out the shotgun. The pressure gets there, but he gets it away to Storm Odie, who's able to pick up 3 yards and an Auburn 1st down.
Needed a few inches and gets 3 yards as Baker Thomas now 9 for 10 to start the game in the passing column, as Benny Trill will get his 5th tackle.
And I see in the comments a lot of people talking about the possibility of Toledo players stealing the Oregon players' helmets, and as the AD I spoke to earlier, know him pretty closely, he said that they were going to bring out some new uniforms. Didn't think this would be the case, so I don't think there's a possibility of stealing helmets, but they do similarly look like Oregon helmets.
I mean, I will say this, to their credit, they do look very good with the uniforms, but you have to think, Vinny, that if they did steal helmets, that has to be some sort of fine or penalty for the Rockets, right?
Honestly, if you look through the league rules, I don't think there is a rule for stealing helmets, as Baker Thomas is going to keep that for 3 yards and pick up another Auburn 1st down.
Yeah, but Thomas did take a shot at the end. They're going to give Gav Hudson credit for the tackle. I believe that was Benny Trill, the safety, who came in at the end before the play was dead with the shot as well. So trying to force a fumble maybe or get some momentum back.
As Baker Thomas is going to fire this one across the middle. That one's deflected by Gav Hudson. Possibly could have been picked off.
Yeah, Hudson, unfortunately, only 7 tackles last week. No deflections or anything like that, but gets a big-time deflection there to make it 2nd down.
Probably the first errant throw we've seen from Baker Thomas in this one, as Storm Odie is going to get it going to the right side, has the blocks down the field, and it's going to be one man to beat, but he's going to be held up at the 20-yard line.
And that's Rich Johnson, the safety, coming over to take him down. But again, Odie gets freed up beautifully by the blocks. And again, just in that open field, there are a few quicker than Storm Odie. Great job by Johnson coming over to slow him down. But otherwise, Odie, I thought he had 7 there.
As as Auburn's going to take this snap from inside the PX1 Sports red zone as they are at the 20-yard line. Baker Thomas looking for a target, and he's going to fire it back across the field, and that one's going to be broken up.
Yeah, great job there by the defense. That's Lucas Oliver, the corner, able to deflect that ball away, making it second down. Toledo really starting to tighten up on the passing game.
Auburn's going to send a receiver in motion on this one. They go quarterback keeper on that. Baker Thomas only able to find 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, Thomas only able to get 2. And another update from Tallahassee. The Seminoles punching in from the 2, able to take a 17-7 lead now over the Buckeyes. 4 minutes to go in the first half over on Twitch.
As this pass is going to be fired to Zach Bennett for 5 yards, and it's going to be a 4th and 3 for Auburn.
And this is big. Toledo has a chance to hold them to just 3, but obviously you want to force a turnover there.
Field goal opportunity coming up for the Tigers as this one is up. It is good by Auburn Abel as that has stretched the Auburn lead 27-0 here with 2:20 left to play before half.
Yeah, and obviously giving up 3 is better than giving up 7, Vinny, but you have to think right now, especially with how your offense really hasn't been able to be consistent all that much tonight, ideally you need your defense to come out and hold them to nothing there, but Toledo still has a chance. We saw their offense play last week. If they can get rolling, they are a very, very good team, so let's see if Auburn can get something started tonight.
And consistency is the key, like you said. They've been able to put the ball downfield, just haven't been able to consistently keep it up, as Lucier will get his 4th catch in this one. That one only goes for 3 yards.
And I like that decision. A lot of times we've seen Toledo go a little bit deeper on first down. I like the decision to keep it short, maybe try to bait Auburn in.
Working out the shotgun on this play, extra blocker in there for Albert, as this one's fired along the sideline, going to Nolan Ellis, the senior, for 14 yards.
Big pickup there by Ellis, able to get the first down and keep this drive moving forward. That's what Toledo needs to see more of.
First catch in this game for the senior, and that's going to get Toledo close to midfield, as that one's fired over to Sailor Sage, getting another catch for her, as they do now move across midfield.
And like I said, you need to get Sage involved a little bit more. Great pickup there.
2nd and 6 upcoming, as Toledo did just burn a timeout. Albert's going to fire this one over quickly to Ellis, but it's going to be broken up by that Auburn defense.
Yeah, great job. Bradley Charles going to be over in coverage, or at least in the area. Great job by Auburn. Toledo looking to speed up here under 2 minutes left.
As they're going to look to take the air once more. Albert's going to push this ball downfield, has a receiver, but doesn't get enough air under that, as Ankoviak breaks it up.
Yeah, luckily Ankoviak breaks that up for Auburn. Otherwise, Toledo has a touchdown. Beautiful job by the defense to come up big, and Toledo once again forced to punt the ball away.
And that's really been the story for this Toledo offense. They've had the opportunities there. The passes have just been a little off the mark, has been the story.
And it's something you just have to think about, Vinny. I mean, again, we go back to the first play of the game for Toledo. Had Hashimoto open, just unfortunately overthrew him just a bit, so he has to lay out. Right there, has another receiver, but just slightly underthrows him. So and Soviak can jump up and swat it down. It's a little disheartening.
As Auburn's going to get to work here, 1:40 to go before halftime, as that one's going to be intercepted by Jackson Vernal and taken back to the Auburn 40 with a possible face mask.
I mean, that's huge for Vernal right there. And as Toledo gonna get another chance, you brought up the face mask, but I think they're gonna say it was shoulder pad. That's a clean tackle at the very least, or it's something, you know, we allow a little dirty hit every now and again. This is the CFSL After Dark right now, so great job by Vernal, though, to bring that ball back for Toledo.
If the CFSL refs say it's not a face mask, then clearly it's not a face mask, as Toledo's offense right back on the field. They're going to go to the sidelines on this one, and this one's just a little overthrown.
Look, if there is one penalty our officials know how to call here in our league, that is clipping, and that might quite literally be the only one they know.
As 2nd and 10 upcoming here for Toledo. McKay Albert trying to find somewhere to go. Will push the ball down the field, little underthrown, but his receiver is going to make the catch at the 10-yard line.
And again, Vinny, we bring it up. Underthrown that time by Auburn. Has a man wide open. That time he underthrows him again. They can't punch it in.
As this time he's going to get sacked, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 18.
Yeah, Callaway, 4th tackle of the game, 2nd sack. Another update coming to you guys from Tallahassee. The Buckeyes able to put a touchdown on the board late in the first half. Still, Florida State, though, leading 17-14. A minute 30 left to go in the first half over on Twitch.
As we'll have 2nd and 18 coming up here from about the 18-yard line. This one's going to be dumped off to Chris Leon, and that's going to go for 4 yards. But still, once again, a 3rd and long for this Toledo offense.
Yeah, Leon gets his first reception of the game there and is able to plus it up for a couple yards. Like you said, 3rd and long, and they can get the first down without scoring.
As he has to get rid of this before the pressure gets there, and Hashimoto's only able to get 1 yard out of that.
Yeah, but ideally Toledo goes for 3 here and tries to get some points on the board to get a little bit of momentum back.
As Auburn does not elect to take a timeout there, so Toledo will be able to run this clock down. Quick math should be down under 20 seconds after this field goal is kicked. As over on Twitch, we have a 17-14 game with FSU leading that one with 1:22 left to play before halftime.
Yeah, it looks like Auburn, they're going to continue to let this clock run down and probably just run out the rest of the clock as well on offense. Again, just kind of wear down that Toledo defense as Toledo takes it down to 2 seconds.
As that kick is up and good by Vinny Trill, as that has cut it down to a 24-point lead for Auburn. It's still 27 Auburn, Toledo 3, 18 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, but I think those 3 points are big for Toledo, Vinny. It gets some momentum, some permanent momentum on your side. You're not going to get shut out. That's a great return here by Rocky Franklin, but you're not going to get shut out. Your team is ready to go. You kind of need that to, like I said, just kind of get settled down, get your feet under you.
And with that return by Rocky Franklin, it looks like Auburn's going to try and go a little aggressive here. They go empty set on this one. Baker Thomas is going to fire this one to the sidelines, and that one's almost picked off by Devontae Jackson.
And I'm sorry, but Devontae Jackson, you have to have that one, son. It hits you in the hands and in the numbers, and you have nobody in front of you. That's a pick 6 if I've ever seen one. You got to bring that down.
Would have been a huge momentum boost for this Toledo Rocket team. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and 10 for Auburn. As Baker Thomas is going to take another shot downfield, has a receiver, and he gets it and gets down with 1 second left on the clock.
I can't believe Thane Lewis smartly goes down and calls a timeout. What a play there by Auburn at the end of the half.
And you got to give him a lot of credit on that play for his ability to lose the DB. The DB looked like he was still running into the end zone on that one.
Absolutely. Great job by Thane there.
As that one's going to bring us to halftime as Auburn is up 30-3. And Matt, break us down that first half action.
Yeah, that was just a great half by Auburn. There's really nothing else to say, Vinny. You know, they weren't too flashy outside of the end there. That was just solid smash mouth football. They found the open man. They took advantage of the run when they could. They kept Toledo on their toes. Toledo seemed to keep guessing wrong on defense. And then things like the fumble and the dropped interceptions by Toledo. It's been an unfortunate first half, really. It's Auburn's played their game plan to perfection, and Toledo seems to still be struggling to get theirs into first gear, let alone 2nd and 3rd. I'm not going to say I predict more of the same, but I need to see Toledo come out with some confidence and come out with a little bit of pep in their step. I mean, negative 14 rushing yards when last week alone Kretzer had 94. That's not going to win you many ball games if you're the Rockets against a big-time team like Auburn. And if I'm Auburn, I don't change anything. You've shown me no reason I need to. I'm just going to keep playing my game.
And you got to credit those negative 14 yards, that pass rush of this Auburn football team. They've been able to get many sacks on McCade Albert in that first half, and that's what's led to the negative rushing yards. As we are prepared here to get started in the second half, Auburn's going to get the ball first. As their offense, they were able to put up 30 points in that first half. And do they keep it going here as Baker Thomas and crew will get rolling?
I expect to see them to keep it on the ground as we do have another update from Tallahassee right at the end of the second half. Ryan Ravenhill, QB for FSU, takes it on a 10-yard scamper, and FSU going to go up 24-14, 30 seconds to go in the first half as Bastille LaRue not able to get anything going there on the first play for Auburn.
Auburn tries to go wide receiver screen on that play, but Devontae Jackson is able to read that one and bring LaRue down for a gain of 0 as Auburn looks to go trips to the bottom of your screen on this one. They go right back to receiver screen, and that one's going to be knocked down at the line.
Yeah, great job. Toledo's defense coming out good here, coming out nice, showing a little bit of aggression here now in the second half. I need to see a little bit more blitzing, though, a little bit more pressure back on Thomas.
5 of 7 on third down is this Auburn offense. As Baker Thomas gets this away before he gets hit, and he's got a receiver holding on to make the catch.
And the thing is, oh, we're going to see a pass interference call.
And that's going to go on the offense to bring him back to a 3rd and 20. What a huge call on that one.
And Vinny, I don't think I'm exaggerating here. I've called games in the CFSL for 6 seasons now. I quite literally think that's the first ever pass interference I've seen.
And for it to be an offensive pass interference as well, the rarest call, as this one, Baker Thomas cannot escape the sack on that one. He will go down for a 10-yard loss.
And great job by Toledo. They don't play back on that, Vinny. They send the pressure. They send a 5-man blitz. Beautiful decision there by the defense. Thomas shakes off one, can't shake off the second, though. Toledo showing some fight in this second half already. I need to see this continue the rest of this game for the defense if they want to fight their way back in it, as Auburn going to kick it out from the very back of their end zone.
Autry Findle, the one with the tackle on that play, but give credit to Devontae Jackson for flying in there from the corner spot. First one to touch Baker Thomas, doesn't get the tackle, but does allow Findle to get up in there. As Hashimoto is going to take this punt down to the 26-yard line. Toledo with great field position in this one and a great chance to swing this momentum.
I mean, they have some momentum, but Vinny, this is the tip. This is the drive where you have to score, and I mean a touchdown. You get the ball on your opponent's 25 to start. You have to score here.
As, oh my God, Remington is back there in a flash, getting his 3rd sack in this game.
Yeah, as Remington says, okay, I see you, Devontae Jackson. Let me show you how the big man goes to work. 6'3", 363 defensive tackle playing for Auburn. Started his career at Michigan. Beautiful job there by Remington, though, getting into the backfield.
Toledo will have 2nd and 13 here from the Auburn 30-yard line, as Albert's going to look to pass once again. The pressure gets there and fires a pass a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, as we see it in Koviak, he had the big time deflection earlier and gets back there as well, going to be in coverage. Beautiful job by the Auburn defense.
2nd and 9 upcoming, or 2 of 9 on 3rd downs is Toledo, as this one has nowhere to go, gets rid of it before the pressure gets there, and 4th and 13 coming up, and Toledo cannot do anything with this drive.
I mean, at least they might get 3, but that, I mean, the fact that you have such great field position, as they're going to miss the field goal as well, Vinny. Nothing going right for Toledo right now. They had the great job on defense, and then they lose yards, and then the missed field goal. That's debilitating. That's gotta hurt.
And we go back to how it was in the first half. The pass rush of this Auburn team has been all over McCade Albert, and on that drive, they just able to make him lose yards, as Jackson Vernal right here is able to break up a pass.
Yeah, Vernal had the interception earlier, almost the second one of the game. I mean, I will give Toledo's credit this. Their secondary has come to play tonight. Multiple deflections. You have the interception. Just unfortunately, it's kind of that front 7 that's struggling tonight.
Baker Thomas able to keep this one, break a tackle, only able to pick up 3, and 3rd and 7 upcoming for Auburn.
And again, Vinny, you know, Toledo playing a little bit passive. We just saw them on the previous drive show great times blitzing and getting pressure back there, and they're playing a little back tonight.
As Auburn looks to send a man in motion, Thomas is going to fire this across the middle, has a receiver picking up a 1st down.
Yeah, Stone Williams, 2nd reception of the game for him, able to pick up the 1st down. Great throw by Thomas, just sat down and waited for his man to get open.
As Auburn's going to look to come out in a 2-by-2 set on this one. Baker Thomas going to go play action, keeps it himself, gets a few yards up the middle. That's going to be a gain of 5.
Yeah, Thomas doing a great job. Keeps plays alive with his feet, Vinny. 47 rushing yards tonight on 11 carries. He's done a great job at keeping the play alive when he needs to.
76 yards on the ground for him last week, as Storm Odie's going to get this handoff, trying to go up the middle. Can't find a hole, but does get 3 yards.
Yeah, one of the few times Odie has been stopped for a very small gain tonight is Trill going to get his 6th tackle. But again, Odie over 100 rushing yards already.
6 of 9 on third downs is this Auburn offense, as here they're going to look to go 2 receivers top of your screen. They're going to go 11 personnel, giving it to Odie, running to the left side. He's going to pick up the first down and a little bit more as he gets 13 on that play and gets down to the Toledo 35-yard line.
And I mean, Vinny, if there's ever a way you want to make sure you can almost guarantee you'll win the game, that's winning the third down battle, as Auburn again is able to convert.
Give a lot of credit to Auburn. They've been able to run to that outside as much as they want and get nice blocks to it as Odie tries to take this one up the middle, but will lose yards.
Joel Hale going to get his first tackle of the game. Great job, Odie. Not able to get anything going. Loses 2 yards there even. Toledo does a great job at crashing.
It's now going to be 2nd and 12 for Auburn. They're going to rock 11 personnel, use the tight end as a fullback, send him in motion as Odie's going to get this handoff. Excuse me, that's Linwood Falk going for 2 yards.
Yeah, great job by Falk. Only able to get 2 there, but again, the freshman didn't get any touches last week. Finally getting involved into the offense this week, though.
Perfect on third downs. This drive has been Auburn, as they're going to rock 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Baker Thomas trying to find somewhere to go, doesn't have anywhere, and he's going to be sacked.
Yeah, Brian Davis going to get his 4th tackle of the game, first sack, and just a great job by the 4-man rush. Just a quick job at closing in, and Davis breaks through one block, and nobody comes to help out. So Baker Thomas just has to sit there and watch the 380-pound tackle just close in on him.
What a time to get your first sack of the season, as that's going to be a punt here for Auburn. Very rarely have they done it. I believe that's only the 2nd or 3rd time, as this one is going to go into the end zone.
Yeah, almost a great bounce, almost a home field bounce there for the punter, but unfortunately it just bounced a little too far forward. But again, we're seeing it right here. Auburn's defense has just gotten back to McCade Auburn tonight, and they need to keep that up. And we see it. Look at the coach getting upset with his team, but if your offensive line can't block, you're going to have no success, and Auburn's making sure of that tonight.
As you see right there, 6 hurries, 6 sacks as well, and a knockdown. This Auburn pass rush has been hard to stop for this Toledo offense. Haven't found any keys. As you see right here, they're going to look to bring pressure on this play as Albert does get rid of it, going to Sailor Sage, able to shed a tackle and pick up 8.
Yeah, great job by Sage. And I said at the start, don't rely on Sage as much. I think you might have to rely on Sage right now.
Sage is up over 30 yards in this game. 2nd and 2 upcoming as McCade Albert is looking to drop back and fires this one to the left side. Has a receiver. That's going to be Lucier for a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, great job, Lucier. He's done a great job of getting incorporated very easily into this offense tonight, Vinny. 5 receptions tonight for the freshman. Really kind of keeping Auburn on their toes. The biggest bright spot of this Toledo game so far tonight for sure.
Having a great game here in his debut, as that's going to bring Toledo now up to the 44-yard line, as that's where they'll have 1st and 10. As Albert has to get rid of this quickly as the pass rush is there. And once again, going to Lucier for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, and it looks like we kind of see where Lucier fits into this game plan already. Gonna be that short, reliable, out route type of receiver. Not gonna be around the deep routes, but those kind of check downs for Albert.
2nd and 6 upcoming for Albert, as he's gonna look to check this one down, but it's gonna be broken up by Auburn.
Yeah, I believe they're going to give that breakup credit to Anthony Gray, but regardless, great job by the defense, able to swat that ball down.
And the story for this game, 2 of 10 on third down is Toledo. Auburn's been able to complete their third downs, as this one's going to go halfback screen, but cannot go anywhere.
Yeah, and Vinny, again, you're not going to win the game if you can't convert on third downs. Toledo going to be forced to punt it away. Another update coming in from Tallahassee. Ronnie De La Roca, the halfback for FSU, able to take the 5-yard handoff and punch it in. FSU going up 31-14 on the Buckeyes. 5:30 left to go in the third quarter over on Twitch.
As this Auburn offense back on the field now, 4:11 here in the third quarter, as they're going to take the field at the 30-yard line. They're going to fake the handoff to Storm Odie. Baker Thomas is going to keep this, carry a defender for 8 yards.
And your goal right now, if you're Toledo, Vinny, is that you have to shut down this Auburn team. And that is getting pressure back there on Baker Thomas, as we do see Toledo starting to put a couple more bodies in the box.
As they're going to look to set up halfback screen on this one. Does have the blockers on this one. Able to pick up 10 yards is Storm Odie.
Yeah, great job by Odie there. He can do it through the air as well.
As they're going to come back here, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line is Auburn. They go handoff up the middle to Odie. Sheds one tackle, isn't able to get away from the second one, and will lose a yard.
Yeah, Odie not able to get anything going there. Toledo doing a great job. Trill, 7th tackle of the game, and that's big coming from the safety, especially when Auburn has been so content with keeping the ball on the ground, really showing up everywhere tonight.
And you really got to give credit to this Toledo defense. When Auburn's tried to run up the middle, they haven't had as much success as they have getting to the outside, as that's what they're going to try to do on this one. Stretches it to the outside. Odie's able to pick up 5 and bring us to a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and Odie just put it right back there, making it a much more manageable 3rd down. I'm curious to see what happens here. Does Auburn stick to the ground game, or do they go to the air here? And they are 7 for 11 on 3rd downs tonight.
Sophomore linebacker Justin Ballard with the tackle on that one, as this one's going to be thrown short, but it's going to be an 8-yard gain for Zach Bennett getting the 1st down.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bennett gets open there just in the middle of the field. Trill with another tackle, but Bennett too much space as they were just very easily pick up that 1st down.
Toledo brought a cornerback blitz, and Auburn capitalized on this one as Baker Thomas keeps this up the middle, picking up 4 yards.
Yeah, Thomas able to pick up 4. Thought he was going to get tackled in the backfield, but keeps fighting through it as Devontae Jackson, his 5th tackle. You know, some of Toledo's best defensive success have come with bringing Jackson on a blitz. Maybe they start using that a bit more.
As this one's going to be a wide receiver screen, and that one's almost picked off by Jackson Vernal.
Vernal almost had his 3rd interception of the game. That's 2 deflections to go along with the interception. You got to bring that down if it hits you in the hands. But Auburn 8 for 12 tonight on 3rd downs.
And another instance of Toledo not being able to capitalize on Auburn's mistakes, as this one's going to be batted down at the line with a 4th and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, I think they're going to give credit to Findall there for the swat, and Auburn going to go for it. Thinks they're too close for a punt, but too far for a field goal.
Baker Thomas fires this along the right side, but that one's going to be batted down, and it's going to be Toledo ball.
And that's a fantastic play by Trill. 9 times out of 10, you want him to come down with that. But look at how deep in his own territory he would be if he intercepts that, Vinny. He's inside his own 15, maybe his own 10. And if Auburn can tackle him quickly, that's St. Louis right there. He could bring him down fast. But now they get the ball at their own, 37, I believe now. Great awareness by the safety.
And McKay Albert is going to look to find somebody, tries to stretch it across the middle, and he does to Lucier for a 3-yard catch.
Yeah, Lucier, 7 receptions, 40 yards. Again, being that short, reliable receiver. And Auburn has not had a bad game. 21 for 32, 186 yards. It's just unfortunately Toledo struggling to close out these drives.
As Albert is going to go to the right side this time, has Sailor Sage for a 5-yard gain, and it's going to be a 3rd and 2 upcoming. One of the rare times that they've had a short 3rd down.
Yeah, and I worry with that you're going to decide most likely to hand the ball off to Kretzer when I think ideally you go back to the air and maybe try to find Sage.
As handing it off to Kretzer is exactly what they do. He tries to get to the edge. He gets 2 yards, but they say he will be inches short.
And I'm going to be honest, I say go for it. I don't like this decision right here from Toledo. I mean, I understand you're deep, you give it back to Auburn in your own territory, but I think you take the chance there on 4th and inches. I really think you do.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. At this point, starting to get late in this ball game. As you see right there, that pass rush, Raven Remington. Toledo's defense able to get a little bit of a pass rush going here in this 3rd quarter, but Auburn's offense has been the story in this one.
Yeah, it has, and I'm curious to see now Auburn, do they maybe just take a shot here, try to catch the defense sleeping?
They're going to look to send a receiver in motion on this one. It's going to be a jet sweep. Has the blocks along the edge, able to pick up a 1st down, and more is St. Louis.
Yeah, Lewis able to pick it up, the big gain there. He was the intended receiver on that Trill deflection last drive. This time, the big gain in Toledo. I think, Vinny, we're finally seeing that wear down for Toledo's offense, or for Toledo's defense right now.
As Auburn is going to get set up here in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Storm Modi. Going to try and push it to the right side of the field, but can't go anywhere. That's going to be a loss.
Yeah, great. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right, though. Great job, nonetheless, by the Toledo defense to allow Odie to get absolutely nothing there. That's a big play on 1st down.
2nd and 10 upcoming as we wind down in the 3rd quarter. This one's going to be a Baker Thomas keeper going for 5 yards.
Yeah, Thomas going back to the run game, making it a much more manageable third down here. 8 for 13. They are doing a great job tonight on third downs.
As it's going to be a 3rd and 5 upcoming for this Auburn Tigers offense. Tries to check it down in the flats and will get pushed out of bounds. It's going to be 4th and 3 upcoming.
Great job by Toledo to not allow anything there and stop them. I really thought Auburn was going to convert there and keep this drive alive. Toledo comes up with a big spot there and going to try to get something going here at the start of the 4th quarter.
As Hashimoto makes a nice 13-yard return on that one. And it's time to get those 4s up in chat as we head to the 4th quarter. Auburn's still leading in this game. It's 30-3. And stay tuned because you're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. As we get set back to start 4th quarter action in this one. Toledo, they're going to have a 1st and 10 here from the 26-yard line. McCade Albert looking to drop back. Cannot find anywhere to go with this one, and he's going to take another sack.
And you know, Vinny, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stories coming out of tonight's game saying, you know, the Toledo defense collapsed or the Auburn offense really played well. But I think really it's about how well this Auburn defense has showed up tonight and getting consistent pressure on McCade Albert tonight. That has been their bright spot, as another big sack there for Callaway. Just doing a great job as this Auburn defense tonight.
Yeah, I got to totally agree with you on that one. It's been the pass rush for this Auburn team that has led them for the most of the way. Anytime Toledo's offense looks like they got something going, it's stopped right there. And it's another sack for this defense.
And Callaway, again, that is 4 sacks on the game for him tonight. They're going to give him credit with that one there. And I think you're right. It seems anytime Toledo gets anything going, Auburn says, okay, we'll just send 6. And then it stops Toledo dead in their tracks. Again, hats off to the Auburn defense tonight. They have shown up in a major way, looking like one of, if not maybe, the best defense in the CFSL right now.
2 of 12 on 3rd downs is Toledo, as this one's going to be fired short, going to Hashimoto for 9 yards along the sidelines, and another 3 and out for Toledo's offense.
And I think right there that was just simply Auburn trying to give their punter a little bit more room, try to give their defense a little bit more room to defend and back up Auburn as much as he could.
And it's a credit to that pass rush once again. I mean, Toledo hasn't had the time to get plays going. And on a 20-yard play, you're not going to have the amount of time to try and draw something up. So throw it short, see what your receiver can do on that. They're only able to get 9 yards. And Auburn's going to start great field position here as they're already in Toledo territory, as they're going to work out to the shotgun on this one. Baker Thomas and Storm Odie in the backfield on this one. As Odie's going to get this one running to the right side of the field, he's able to pick up 5 yards.
And I'm going to be very interested, Vinny, at the end of this game to look at time of possession, especially with how much Auburn's been running this ball tonight. I really am wondering, what does that time of possession look like? Because it feels like Auburn has to almost double Toledo's time of possession right now.
As this one's going to go to the left side this time, as able to pick up the 1st down is Storm Odie as he gets a gain of 8.
Yeah, great job. I mean, Odie, 145 yards on the ground tonight. That's absolutely insane. And that's me saying that with the fact he got 180 last week.
They're going to go empty on this one. Baker Thomas back there all by himself, looking to fire this one across the middle, has his receiver, but does take a shot at the end of the play.
Yes, Lewis able to find it. I mean, how about Lewis? 3 receptions, 116 yards, but takes a big hit from Trill there at the end.
10 tackles for Trill in this game from that strong safety spot, as Auburn is now 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. This is going to be a handoff up the middle, but it goes for a loss on the play.
Yeah, and great job, Trill. Again, 11 tackles. Like I said, he has been everywhere for this defense tonight. Really been that, I'm not going to say bright spot, because the defense has come up big when they can, but he's doing what he can right now to break this stuff.
2nd and 11 now from the 25-yard line. As this goes wide receiver screen to the outside, it's a catch by Thane Lewis, but he gets absolutely no yards.
Yeah, and guys, we do want to go ahead and let you know we might have a record brewing over on Twitch. Ronnie De La Roca, the halfback for Florida State, 166 rushing yards for him right now. The record for Florida State is 200 in a game, so keep that open in a separate tab when we finish up here in Auburn.
And it's another loss right here. Storm Odie going to get the catch, but loses 3 on the play. And it's a 4th and 14 upcoming.
And that's great awareness by the defense there. As earlier, we've seen them run that screenplay, Vinny, and get the first down in that situation, as now they're going to go for a long field goal. But Toledo's defense has done a great job at really kind of finally locking down this offense. Unfortunately, I think it's just come too late.
45-yard attempt is up, and it'll be good for Auburn as threes all across the scoreboard here. Auburn leads this one 33-3.
And Vinny, correct me if I'm wrong, but are those Auburn's first points of the half? I can't remember if they went in with 27 or 30 at the half, but I think those might have been the first points for them tonight, and at least in the second half.
I think you might be onto something there. I do believe it was 30-3 at the end of the half.
I believe so.
As they did catch a field goal right at the end. And with 6:18 left to play here, Toledo's offense is going to get back to work.
So I mean, you know, in that regard, credit to the Toledo defense so far in this second half, holding a team that put 30 on you in the first. You know, we have 6 minutes to go in the game, and you only have given up 3. So the defense seems to figure something out. It's just unfortunately the offense, and when you have a guy like we stated there, Raven Remington, 4 tackles, 3 sacks tonight, he has been a menace in the backfield.
And it's not like the offense for Toledo has been stagnant the entire game. They've had their moments, just haven't been consistent because of this Auburn pass rush pushing them back.
Absolutely, as I do believe that has been the case, this Auburn pass rush. As again, guys, another update. Record-breaking is coming, it looks like. De La Roca, 181 yards now. Again, the record for Florida State, 200 in a game. He might break it tonight, folks. So again, get a second tab open. Head over to Twitch. You might be witnessing history.
McCade Albert, they're going to fire another short pass going for 4 yards to Hashimoto. And you really got to think they've kind of dialed back their pass game, taking underneath stuff. And maybe that is a consequence of this pass rush by Auburn, as this screen right here is going to go for absolutely nothing.
I think it's 2 things, Vinny. I think it is a consequence of the Auburn pass rush, but I also think that's been the one thing that's really been succeeding for Toledo tonight is kind of those smaller underneath routes. So it's almost like Auburn's defense realistically has helped them in a way. So, you know, again, credit where credit is due. Toledo, like you said, they have not been stagnant. They've had good drives. They just haven't been able to close them out with points. And so at the end of the day, you really just have to tip your cap to Auburn. They've come out on all cylinders tonight.
As Auburn once again set up in the shotgun, they're going to send their tight end in motion on this one. There's going to be a Storm Odie handoff going up the middle. He's able to pick up 7.
Yeah, and an update from Tallahassee. No record being broken, but Florida State does put another touchdown on the board as Damon Jones-Garcia, the backup halfback, punches it in. Florida State 45-17. 6 minutes to go in the game over on Twitch.
And this one is a Baker Thomas keeper on the play, but he's only going to pick up 1 yard as Gaff Hudson gets in there to bring him down.
A credit to Gaff Hudson as well. Haven't called his name a ton, but quietly 7 tackles, holding down that middle linebacker position, doing a great job at really shutting down these runs up the middle tonight.
And at one point, Auburn was 6 of 9 on third downs, and they're now 8 of 16. So like you said, this Toledo defense has improved here in the second half. It's just been the offense hasn't been able to keep the drives alive due to that Auburn pass rush.
Absolutely. Again, you know, we've said it multiple times. You said it there, but again, if I'm Auburn, you know, if I'm Cole Mantell, the 80 for Auburn, I have to give all the love to my defensive linemen. They've really just they set that tone immediately, as Hashimoto can only get 8 there. They set that tone immediately, and they haven't taken their foot off the gas. And so, like I said, absolute credit to them for shutting down a Toledo team that we saw last week. When they get clicking is dangerous. They just didn't allow them to start clicking tonight.
As this drive will get started from the 25-yard line. Albert going to take a shot downfield, has a receiver, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. That's going to be Buddy, and he's going to be tripped up at about the 5-yard line.
Oh, he gets taken out. Micah Jenkins, the safety, able to catch up to him. And a great throw there by Auburn. Finds Buddy. It's a foot race, but Jenkins has just enough juice in the tank to get there. I thought Toledo was going to finally put a touchdown on the scoreboard, Vinny. But now it's 1st and goal on your opponent's 6. Again, you have to come away with points and ideally a touchdown.
Had the shots earlier in this game, unable to capitalize. Finally capitalize on one there as Albert fires this one to the back of the end zone, going back to Buddy for a touchdown.
And I love that. Just saying, hey, Ellis, I know you got tackled last play, but you should have scored. here, take it now. Great job by Toledo, and Vinny, maybe that's what they should have been doing. Maybe it is. It's hard to tell, but credit to Toledo. They have not given in once tonight. They have not given up once tonight. They're keeping this fight going until the final whistle blows. So credit to them, as we are going to see an onside here.
As, like you said, they line up for the onside kick, and it's going to be recovered by Auburn as they're going to start their drive at the 45-yard line. And yeah, I mean, smart decision right there. You're down by 23, three-score game. Onside kick gives you a chance, but if you're Toledo, if you're going to try and make a comeback, you got to get a quick 3 and out.
Absolutely. Like, now that you don't get it, which I knowing the games I've called, I half expected them to get it, honestly, Vinny. But yeah, now if you're Toledo, that's exactly what you need. You need a quick 3 and out. Try to get the ball back as soon as you can. You know Auburn's most likely going to run the ball, so maybe you send 5 or 6 guys.
As this one's going to be a handoff to Odie, trying to go to the outside, but can't find a lane to go, and he'll fall down in the backfield for a loss of 1.
Yeah, it looks like he might have tripped over his own blocker's feet there, but because they're getting pushed back by the D lineman, great job by Toledo.
2nd and 11 for this Auburn offense, as Baker Thomas is going to keep this one, has a lane, and he's able to scoot for a first down.
Yeah, and Thomas just keeping it on the ground, has 69 yards, nice tonight. And so great job. Rich Johnston, 7 tackles as well. Again, this Toledo team, they've stepped up big on defense the second half, Benny. Just unfortunately, again, that first half just got away from them too quickly.
Auburn going to rock a 2 tight end set on this one, as Thomas once again keeps it, has a lane, able to pick up another first down as he gets 13 yards.
Yeah, great job, Thomas. Just taking what the defense is giving him. That's really all you can ask for in that situation.
And you start to think, as we get down to 3 minutes here in this game, maybe it's just the Auburn imposing their will on a tired Toledo defense, as Baker Thomas is going to be set up in the shotgun with Storm Odie in the backfield. And I do believe they're going to start killing clock here, as over on Twitch, Ohio State just had a Rocco Rambo 4-yard touchdown to bring this to a 24-45 game with 3.5 minutes left to play in this one. Back here on YouTube, 2:50 left to play, as Baker Thomas once again takes it up the middle and gains 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It looks like Auburn's going to just be content with running the play clock down, and it looks like Toledo is going to be content with this game and not going to waste their timeouts.
2nd and 1 upcoming, as Auburn here with a 23-point lead in this one with 2.5 left to play. They're going to snap this ball from the 10-yard line, it would seem, as they have 10 seconds left on the play clock. The snap should come with the clock at about 2:10, probably 2:05 after the play is over, as they send the tight end in motion. As Storm Odie gets the handoff going up the middle, able to find 5 yards and get tackled at the 5, but it will be 1st and goal Auburn.
Yeah, and like I said, Toledo going to be content with letting this clock roll down. And so here we go. By the way, update on Ronnie De La Roca at 192 yards. Again, the record is a flat 200 for Florida State. 9 more yards, and we have a new record for the Seminoles. So again, if you can, get over to Twitch. Just under 3 minutes to go over there.
As back here, Auburn is trying to run this game out. As this point, you would think that they have the game in their control, as it is down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Baker Thomas and Storm Odie in the backfield. Baker Thomas going to look play fake, fires it into the end zone, has a receiver in the corner, but there is a flag. Maybe he stepped out before he caught it.
Oh my God.
As in fact he did, and that's going to be a penalty on Auburn, backing it off to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal.
I mean, again, Vinny, 6 seasons I've called games in the CFSL, and I've seen 2 penalties tonight I have not seen before.
As Storm Odie's going to get this handoff, trying to go to the right side, unable to pick up the end zone, but does get 5 though, so that'll bring us back to the 5.5-yard line here for 3rd down.
Yeah, and with under a minute left, I do want to go ahead and tip my hat to Toledo. They have a lot to build on for next week, but this second half, their defense really stepped up, and I got to look forward to that if I'm the Rockets, as they're going to stop Falk short of the end zone.
As that'll bring us to a 4th and goal, and Auburn is just going to take the field goal, as that won't be the last play of the game. we will have one more play unless they can find a way to waste like 4 seconds on this field goal, maybe 5. But that should just about do it. So I want to go ahead and look at the games tomorrow. We got 2 on YouTube and 2 on Twitch. Anyone in particular you're looking at?
Really, I'm just looking for a great slate of games. If I had to, I guess, probably pick one that would pique my interest the most, I do think it's gonna be that first YouTube game, Kent State versus Oregon. Oregon lost to this Toledo team last week, as we said. Kent State looking to maybe pull off a second upset, so that's probably my game I'm looking most forward to.
Great choice. I would have said the same exact game as well. As time does not run out on that play, we will have one more down. As right now, if the score holds up, it'll be a 36-10 Auburn victory. As McCade Alvarez is going to work out of the pistol on this one. They're going to go 2x2 set here, and he's going to fire this one across the middle. It is complete to Nolan Ellis, but that's going to be the final play of the game as the Auburn Tigers. Toledo Rockets able to come away with a victory, 36-10 for Auburn. Matt, wrap this game up for us.
Yeah, Auburn just came out and executed their game plan to absolute perfection. I really don't know if they could have played the game better than they did tonight. And, you know, for Toledo, hats off to them that second half. They came back fighting. You just have to think if that first half had gone a little differently on defense, things might be different. But they have a lot to build on. Both teams look great tonight. I'm excited to see what their futures hold.
Absolutely. Great game in this one. Auburn wins 36-10. And I want to give a thank you to everybody in chat today. I want to give a thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and of course, my broadcast partner, Matt Hatchell. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Vinny Mixon. You've been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. And we hope to see you tomorrow at 6:30 CST as Northern Illinois takes on Notre Dame on Twitch. And on YouTube, Kent State will take on the Oregon Ducks. Hope you there.